Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. For the last 9 days we have been touring the Tuscany area of Italy in this motorhome. It's a Laika Kosmo L412DS. It's a low profile motorhome based on the Fiat Ducati and it's from the premium manufacturer Laika. I'm going to give you a detailed review of this motorhome, seeing as we have just spent 9 days with it and know it quite well. Now, what's really interesting to note is the price, first of all. So this is a premium brand, but at home in the UK, you can get this motorhome from £76,100, which is a good price point for a premium brand. This motorhome that we've had has got a few extras on, and price-wise it'd be at around £80,000. Now, I've actually spec'd my own, and even then it took it only to £88,000, which does sound a lot, but in the market of premium manufacturers, £88,000 is not bad. And I'll go through all those bits that I personally spec'd. So let's make a start on the Kosmo. So the Kosmo, I say it's on the Fiat Ducati, a 2.2 litre diesel engine with AdBlue tank. The fuel tank is 60 litres. This one comes standard with 140 horsepower and manual transmission. You can choose from an automatic transmission and also take it up to 180 horsepower. Size-wise, it's 7.4 metres long, it's 2.3 metres wide, and this weighs in at 3.5 tonnes, so you can drive it on your Category B licence. If you want to upplate it, you can upplate to 3,650 kilos on the light chassis, or you can order the heavy chassis and take it up to 4,400 kilos. Obviously, you're going to need your C1 for both of those, the upplate and the 4.4 tonnes. On the 3.5 tonne, as we see, you're going to get a good payload of 480 kilos. In terms of berths, so it starts with a 2-berth. You can have an optional 4-berth, which this one is, or you can even go up to 5 berths. We'll have a look when we go inside. Now, in terms of the packs, let's start on the front. So we've got the white cab. Now this one has got a chassis pack, a chassis design pack and a comfort pack. I'll try and remember all the bits as we go. So on the packs, we're going to get the LED lights on the headlights. So they're going to run round there. We're getting the black gloss finish here. Then we have the Laika badge. I'll move down the near side next. Now, I love this. We've got the little Italian flag here on the Kosmo. These wing mirrors, they are heated and electrically operated. The black alloy wheels, they're an extra on this model. They come standard as steel, but I think most people would go for the black alloys. Coming down the near side, now this is obviously left-hand drive, we're in Italy, but in the UK it would be right-hand drive, so this would be your near side passenger door. We've then got the top cab there with the black decals and the Laika logo. Truma air vent comes with Truma air-blown heating and hot water. Now, it comes standard with the Truma 6 kilo gas-only heating system. You can opt for the Truma 6E, which is what we generally have at home. That means it'll run off gas or electric. Or you can have the Truma 6E and diesel, which means it'll run off electric and diesel. I'd personally opt for that in the current climate. I've been quite persuaded by diesel heating. So those are the choices. This is our electric hookup point, as we can see here. This one in the comfort pack does have the extractor fan in the kitchen, so that's your extractor vent. Our toilet cassette point. And then coming down, this is our water filler. Now, fresh water, we've got 110 litres, and grey water, we have got 90 litres. The wastewater tank on the comfort pack is also insulated and heated as well, so ideal for winter. Now, this is our gas locker. It's going to take 2 11-kilo gas bottles. I'll just open this up. So this opens, there is a little clip as well, so it will hold open. So we've got 2 gas bottles in there. These are obviously our green Italian ones. I'll close that down. Now we find our first garage door. I'll show you on the other side the garage, but that's our first garage door. And then we come to the back. Now I really like the back of the Kosmo. We have got a high-level brake light, the Laika badge, and then these LED lights. Now, I'll just press this so you can have a look at it lit up there. So you can see these little LED lights in the strips. We've got the Kosmo name. Now, one of the packs I would choose, you can have a reversing camera on the multimedia pack, and I would choose the multimedia pack because it's going to give you the reversing camera and the satellite navigation. You can also choose rear reversing sensors and front sensors, and I would choose those as well. I spec that on mine, so you can have that as an option. Coming down the off side, so here we have the garage. Now this is a really good sized garage door. There is a clip to hold it. So we open the garage and you can see the amount of space in here. Here's our suitcase for our travels, but plenty of room in there. We've got the ladder here for the drop down bed, which I'll show you inside. Now this is an option, the electric drop down bed. So you can, if you press the button, it will raise it and lower it. So if you wanted a little bit more space in the garage, all you need to do is press that button. We then have a light, and we also have a plug socket. And the garage is heated, we can see the air vents there. So that's the garage, really good size, great for bikes. Close that up. Now I'll continue my way down the off side. We've got the vents for the Thetford fridge freezer, see it inside. We've got an awning light, a little window on the side, and then I'll open this up and we'll go inside. Now on the roof, we don't have a solar panel, but you can have a solar panel fitted, 120 watts. I added that to my configuration, and you can also add the Truma Aventa air conditioning unit. Again, I added that to my specification as well. So that's the exterior. We'll go have a look inside next, but this is the habitation door. We do have a blind here on this window. We also have a good sized bin here as well in the door. Okay, that's the exterior. Let's dive inside and have a look inside the Laika Kosmo L412DS. Let's start up front in the cab. So we've got the captain's chairs that swivel. Now the actual fabric, this is the leatherette finish. This is an option. You can have the seats and the cab seats in the leatherette. It's about £680. I've quite enjoyed this as opposed to fabric. So again, this would be on my specification list. We can see that we've got the Laika logo embossed in the seats as well. Now, as part of the packs included on this model, we've got the leather steering wheel and the leather gear knob. And again, as I say, you can have that as auto as you want, if you want. We're also getting extra the traction control and the hill descent control. And we're also getting this finish on here. Now, it has got cab air conditioning. We've used that quite a bit in Italy. We've got cup holders down here. We've got a holder here. And we do have USB and a 12 volt. This cab also has the cab carpet as part of the optional extra pack as well. It's a little bit mucky because we have done a few miles in it in the 9 days we've had it, but you get that as well. Now, I'll just stand up. Now this window, you do get the window. It has got a blind and a fly screen. And as part of the comfort pack, you can open this window as well. We have then, on this model, now there are a number of different layouts on Kosmo, and I'll put a link in the description below. But on this is the dinette that we've got. And again, we've got the leatherette finish. The cushions are extra as well on this one. What I do like is the fact that on these windows, these blinds, although they are the plasticky type, you don't have to ratchet them up. They literally come up and down. So these are much better than some of the ones I've seen. We've also then got the Remis fly screens as well, all the way around. In terms of the cab, we don't have blinds in the cab, but we do have these curtains that are fitted, and they will go around the back of your seats, and that's your privacy there. Table, good sized table. I'll just open this up. So it does open, and it will move side to side as well. So when you've got 4 people or 5 people round it, you can move it sidewards. I'll just close it over, and you can move it backwards and forwards as well. So plenty of movement in the table. If you want the 5 berth, you can opt to have this area to convert into a bed. So this would be your 5th berth. If you don't want that, then we have got an electrically operated drop down bed above me. This is an optional extra. And here's the button to operate that electric system. So you press that and the bed's going to lower, and you'd use the ladder. If you just want it in the 2-berth, you're going to have the sunroof that is in the roof without this bed, so it will give you more head space. If you want the 4, you can opt for this. If you want the 5, you can also have this. So that's the 5 berths. Storage in the lounge area. We've got these 2 lockers. Now these are quite interesting how they operate. So at the moment, this is closed. If you press it once, like that, pull it, sorry, and then pull it again, it releases the mechanism. So it's quite interesting to work that out. So I'll close that again and you can just see it. So you pull once and it opens, and twice like that. So that's how the mechanisms work on the Laika. There we go. Right, what we'll do next is we'll have a little swivel around and we'll start making our way back into the Kosmo. Now let's start on the off side where we came in. This is our Laika control panel. This is really easy to use. If you're a bit concerned about technology, very easy. On and off, water pump, awning light. Then we've got our fresh water tank. You press that, it illuminates on here. If I press it again, it's going to tell us our grey waste. That one's illuminated now, so it tells us how much grey waste. And the same with the cab battery and habitation battery. And this tells us we're on electric hookup. Here we've got the control panel for the Truma air-blown heating and hot water. So panel there just as you come in. We then have a plug socket and the aerial. You can get a bracket to go on here and it will take up to a 32-inch television. We've also got a USB here, and then we've got our light switches. Now this is nice. I like this one. I'll just press this first of all. So if I turn this one on, this is lovely on a night. It illuminates this bar and this bar. So this is quite a nice light. And then we've got another number of other lights in the motorhome. I'll just turn these on. So we've got lighting up here. We've got lighting here. And on a night time, this illuminates here at ground level. I don't know how well you'll see that right now, but lots of lovely lighting. We also have here somewhere to put your shoes as you come in through the door, although I don't think it's particularly big for shoes. We'll close that there. And then I'm going to move into the kitchen area. So on the kitchen, we've got our sink with the little cover. We've got 2 gas burners there. You can see those. Now this model hasn't got an oven fitted. In Europe they don't put the ovens, but you can opt to have an oven fitted. It's just over £600, so that would go within this space here, I would imagine. Top drawer is our cutlery tray. Then we've got 2 more drawers as well. These are good size. This one's really good. This is really good depth. We've been putting shoes in that one, look. So there we go. And then this is nice. Under the sink, like I say, if you have an oven, you might lose one of these sides, I don't know. This is part of the comfort pack. So this pulls out and it locks in place. And under here, there's a really deep storage under here. And again, same thing. The comfort pack, you get this pull-out space here, push it back, lock it in place. I have got on really well with that system. And what you're also getting, as well as a bin outside, there's a little bin here as well. What I like about this, of having 2 bins, is on a nice day when that door is open and your fly screen's pulled, you have got a bin in here. You're not having to hang out the door, try and put your rubbish away. So that is really good. Now, we've got an extractor fan. That's part of the comfort package. Just turn that on. We've got a plug socket and we've got a light under here as well. We then also have this cupboard above all that, little bit of space in there. You'd struggle to reach that top shelf unless you were tall. I've used that space. We are also getting, as we head down this wall, a plug socket here and a USB charger there as well. And these lights illuminate under here. There's a little touch button just down there. So that is the kitchen space. We then move back to the off side as I come back, and we've got the Thetford Tower fridge and freezer. This runs on gas and electric, 142 litre tower fridge freezer. We've made good use of it for the cold drinks. And underneath, there's more storage under there. That's probably more what they intend as the shoe cupboard, I think, as opposed to the little flap I showed you. So Really good amount of storage in here, really nice space. This has been very comfortable. We've, say, spent 9 days in it. What I'm going to do next is move into the centre washroom and shower. Now this door from the washroom, you will see Jules in it, but what I do like is this long mirror. This is really nice when you've got changed and you want to have a look and see how you look. So that's part of the privacy. I'll just step up. Now coming back, there's another sunroof here. We've just got the blind pulled across, but you can see another sunroof here as well. So that again will let light in. What we're going to do, so I can show you these, I'll just start with the shower and then we'll move around and take a closer look. So as I've stepped up, we've now got a shower cubicle. Now you unhook this and you can push these in here. Now Jules actually described it as a little TARDIS because although the door's quite a small opening, it's a really good space. So you've got a rail there for hanging your towels on. It's got 2 lights, a little sunroof, the shower itself. There is somewhere to put your shower gels. And as part of the optional extras, you are getting the wooden sort of floor mat part. That's an extra as well. What I'll do is I'll just step in and then you can gauge the size of it. So if I step in here, you can see there's a good amount of headroom. I have, because it opens up back here, obviously I'm holding the door open, but I have got room to nicely shower in here. So that is the shower space. Right, I'll step out. What we'll do now, I'll close that up, so pulling that back towards us, lock it up. I'll start moving back into the bedroom. Now next, there is another privacy screen here. So if you are 4 or 5 berths, you can always pull this across and you can use that on a night time. I'll just move around this side of the bed. So on the off side now, bed, this is the island bed. It's 198 centimetres long and it's 148 centimetres wide. So it's a good size island bed. We're getting a wardrobe on the, well, both sides, so 2 wardrobe on each side, and they are illuminated as well. Then you've got this nice amount of space here. This is great for putting drinks on or bits and pieces. There is another little step as well. I'll just step up and then you can see that demonstrated. So you can step up and then obviously climb onto the bed, so you're not trying to scramble up from down there. When the lights are on in here, we've got a ceiling light, we've got another sunroof, and then back here, if I just sit on here, back here we've got these 2 lights here, as you can see, and they also have USB chargers in them. We've got this big overhead locker as well for more clothes. And then over on the near side, we've got the other wardrobe, which again is illuminated and with a railing. We've got windows on both sides, so you've got plenty of light coming in. You've got the blinds and fly screens, nice fresh air. And what you also have is, I'll just lift this up. I won't lift the ratchet up because you have to fully ratchet, but under here there's a really deep storage cupboard. As I say, this does lift this section of the bed, but then I'd have to ratchet it. But down here there's a nice amount of sort of storage there. The only thing I've noticed, and this is, I always talk about a compromise, as you know. So in terms of a compromise, this bed does not slide forward. This is it is fixed. And the room around the bed can be a little bit tight. So that is the sort of only compromise I've noticed in this part of the motorhome, is just getting round it. There's also, I'll just pull this out, a little bit of floor storage under here. So that's great if you want to put drinks or things in there. And you've got the fuses or the trips. I'll close that up. Right, so that's that. Now, last but not least, what we'll do is we'll have a switch around and we'll have a look in the washroom. So let's have a move around and dive into here next. So on the near side, we're getting the little washroom. We've got a Thetford swivel toilet. We have got a toilet roll holder. We've got a good sized mirror. We've got a mirrored cabinet here. If I open that, I don't know if you'll be able to see in there. I have got some of my toiletries in there, so don't worry about those. So we've got the mirrored cabinet. We come down with the sink, swivel tap. Now, I have used this wash basin and there is a little bit of intrusion here, but nothing much. I say I can get my head under there and wash my face, so I have tried it. We've got the toothbrush holder, we've got the soap dispenser, and then we've got this little storage Cupboard under here as well for more bathroom bits. Just close that. I'll show you the lights when it's illuminated. So we've got lighting in here, which is again quite a nice soft light. And there's also the light switch in here for the shower cubicle. And then we've also got a little plug socket here as well. So there's a plug socket in the washroom too. Now, interesting, when I talk about compromises, now this is my second compromise I've found, is if you use the toilet, you really struggle to close this door. So what you have to do is either pull the other screen across or close the blind on the bedroom window. It could potentially be possible if you swivel the loo all the way around, but if you're a bigger person, it's difficult to use the loo with the door shut. That was the second compromise that I found whilst using the motorhome. Now we do have some hooks here, the Laika hooks, and we also have, which these have been really good. In fact, I'll turn this way. These have been great for hanging our bath towels on. So we've had two big bath towels hanging on there. So that's been really good as well. Okay, that's the bedroom, the washroom and the shower room. Let's head back up and have a little summary about the Laika Kosmo L412DS. Come on, let's head back into the cab. So that is a really nice look around the Laika Kosmo 412. I like this layout. This is the same layout as our own motorhome, so we're quite familiar with it, and I do like the layout. We've enjoyed this motorhome, considering the price, and as I say, I spec'd it up with practically everything on it. The automatic gearbox, the air conditioning. I added a wind-out canopy, because as you saw outside, there isn't one as standard. I added the wheels, the packs, the satellite navigation, the reversing camera, the parking sensors. I added pretty much everything really, and I was at about £88,000. So fully spec'd up at 88,000. This is a pretty good motorhome, I must say, and the finish on it is lovely. The quality is good. We've had nothing go wrong, nothing has broken, nothing's come off. We've been very pleased with it. I like the colour scheme. This is the forest green and the grey wall is the stone grey. The colour scheme works really well. I like the nice cream finish as well in the kitchen. And I must admit, I've never been a fan of the cream leatherette until I've tried it. And I've quite liked this. So if I was speccing it up, I would actually be adding this, which is quite unusual for me because I've always been sort of swayed away from it. I'd also be getting the automatic gearbox just because I prefer auto. So hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at the Laika Kosmo 412DS. As I say, we've spent 9 days in it. We've enjoyed it. We've had no problems. It's certainly a bonus having that really good sized garage as well for if you were touring the UK or Europe and you want to take your bikes and all your equipment. Yeah, it's been really good. What I will do is I will put a link in the description below to the Laika website so you can see all the different layouts on the Kosmo. You can look at the other models as well, because from Kosmo, Laika have EcoVip, which is their mid-range, and then they have their top-of-the-range Krios, which is very premium. That is stunning. Yeah, so there we go. Hopefully I've done the review justice and given you a good look around. I'd like to say thank you to Laika, who have very kindly loaned us this motorhome for the last 9 days. It's very much appreciated. We've really enjoyed creating the content and touring Tuscany. It is beautiful. There's so many places to see. I don't think we've even scratched the surface. We'll have to come back. So there we go. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.